Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, The Crafty Closet. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you're returning and you already know how we give it up on this channel, I am here to show y'all what we're doing today. Today we're going to be doing some sublimation tumbler purses. What exactly is a sublimation tumbler purse? Well, let me show you. I'm going to show y'all how we are going to take this plain little sublimation tumbler and turn it into this child. Can y'all see it? I know it's a little bright, but y'all see her? Yes. We doing sublimation tumbler purses, and all you gotta do is stick around. Run this intro. We'll be right back. We're gonna get into everything that you need for this project, and also, y'all know I'm transparent around here, so I'm also gonna get into all of the mistakes I made so that you don't have to make them yourself. Y'all know what we do around here. We'll be right back. Come right back if you want to learn how to make this little cute sublimation tumbler purse, child. Let's go. Alright, so everything that we need is already laid out in the closet. I know it looks like a lot, but trust me, it's going to be absolutely worth it in the end. First things first, we'll get into the tumblers since I'm already here. I'm using the Hippo brand sublimation tumblers. These are the skinny tumblers, and I like them because they also come in a little box, so if you wanted to gift it, that's, totally cool. Then you're going to need your heat-resistant tape, some butcher paper. I have my vinyl cutter. This is not necessary. You can go ahead and use scissors, but either or will work. Sublimation paper. We are using the HTV Ront sublimation paper. I have my fabric measuring tape. I'll tell you why I use that in a second. And then we have our chains. I got 2 different chains, and then the rivets that go with it. Next, we have our image. This is from Etsy. She cute, right? Wait till we get into her. Then you have your E6000 bead glue, resin, and my resin heater, heat-resistant gloves, my tumbler press. That's what we're going to be pressing on. This is the HTV Ront tumbler press, and y'all seen this printed down here. This is the my Epson Ecotank 2800 that I converted. Y'all seen it a million times. Y'all don't need to see it again. Now we're going to get into everything I did wrong before we go ahead and try to do this right. Y'all know I'm transparent, so I'm going to give y'all my mistakes first, and hopefully when we go ahead and press her, we're going to make sure she's correct. Can't wait for us to do this now. Come on, let's go. Okay, let's get into the mistakes I made, which is great because I made them first, so y'all don't have to make them. That's why we here. That's why we a family. That's why I do this for y'all. First things first. Yes, she is cute. From a distance, she is very much giving. She's giving. Y'all see her? She giving. But there are a lot of there's flaws in this print that you can't see unless you're actually like looking at it. First things first, there are a lot of little white like squiggly marks, squiggly lines within this print, within the pink. Now, I saw it when I was printing it out, and when it don't look right and don't feel right in your spirit, especially when it's crafting, don't do it, y'all. I printed it, I looked at it, I said, this don't look good. And I felt like I knew that once I transferred it and I pressed it, everything I saw was going to come out on the tumbler, and it absolutely did. So there are some white squiggly lines. Now, I don't know if it is user error. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's a file error, just the way the file was. The file, I got it from Etsy. Only thing that jumped out to me on the file is the price. Child, this was only $1.50. And even when I looked at the reviews and the folks who use this file, even looking at their tumblers, it didn't just, it wasn't giving me buy it. But I bought it anyway. Y'all know everything is about trial and error. I will reach out to the Etsy store that I bought it from to just, you know, to let them know and see if maybe it was something wrong with the file, because a lot of the, there's just a lot of little white squiggly lines within the pink. Like I said, you can't see it unless you are looking at it. That was the first thing. Second thing is, let's get into my rivets, right? So you have to let this sit for at least, once you put the rivets on, and I'll show you what the rivets are when we do our next one. You have to let it sit for at least 3 hours. You want it to cure to your tumbler press. Don't be fast. Don't put it on there and then put your screws and then put your chain, because it's going to fall off, because that's what happened to this. That's why I said, okay, I got to let it sit at least 3 hours, 24 hours if I'm not doing anything, but, you know, we don't have time for that. So you're gonna make sure you let this sit first for 3 hours, right? Bead glue is important. Child, I bought the wrong glue. I bought B7000. I don't know why I bought this. I knew it needed E6000. Yeah, I don't know. So the glue is going to be, the bead glue is absolutely important. You want to make sure you use the 6000 because it has a lot thicker elasticity. This one is super thin. I don't even know what this is for. They said it was both the same, but it's really not. So you're going to make sure you use the right glue. And, of course, the resin, same thing. I put too much resin on it after I put the glue. We'll get into why I use the resin also. And this one is clumped up all around here, but this side looks perfect. Glue is nice and neat, so I know what to do when we do ours now. But other than that, she cute. We'll cough it up to, you know, use the error. Oh, and I have some ghosting down here. Y'all see this right here? Now, this is definitely user error. I didn't put it in my tumbler press far enough, so I knew when I saw it, it was like hanging a little bit out of the heat source. And I said to myself, oh, it's not going to give me a complete press. So I knew that. We'll fix that also. Make sure it's tightly wrapped. Any type of looseness, you're going to get what we have here, which is the ghosting. So you have to make sure that when we wrap your sublimation paper on your tumbler, that it is tight. I think she's gonna be good for us. We're gonna see. I have confidence she's gonna give us everything we need to do. But other than that, went through the mistakes. Let's go ahead and do the one we have now. I only have one left, y'all, so let's hope. Not let's hope, because we got this. Everything I did wrong, we're gonna do right this time around. All right, let's get into it. All right, y'all, real quick. If you don't know how to do measurements for a tumbler, easiest way to do it is you get your measuring tape, right? And you're going to do length and width. So your width, you're just going to go ahead and go around it till you get what you need. And this is coming in at like 9 by... It's saying 9 by 4 by 8 by 5, right? So those would be the length and width you would put in to make sure you get your template, you print it out the right way, right? So there you go. If you don't know how to do it, I just showed you. Now, make sure your tumbler is completely clean. She had some smudges on it. I had some, I got some sublimation ink on my hands somehow. And this absolutely was on here. Remember, sublimation picks up any and everything. That's fingerprints, whatever. It's going to pick it all up when you go to press. So you just make sure it's clean. If it's not, wipe it down with a little bit of rubber alcohol. And now let me get my heat resistant tape in my oh, it's right here. Okay, so I'm gonna get the heat resistant tape, but let's go ahead and we'll cut this so that we can go ahead and put it on our tumbler. So like I said, you can use scissors. My free hand is not good, so that's the only reason why I am going to use my vinyl cutter, just so I can cut off, you know, my white portion. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. Now I'm gonna try to get this as seamless as possible. She may or may not, but you know, seamless tumblers is another video for another day, y'all. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off my sides. I'm leaving the top parts white for a reason, because I want to. All right, so go ahead here. We're gonna go ahead and take that off. Now, I'm gonna try to get it as seamless as possible. I don't know, we'll see. Let me get my tape. My tape is over. Where the hell is my tape, y'all? Oh, man, I can't find the tape. I think I'm gonna have to pause for the cause to look for the tape. Y'all know when y'all look for something, y'all know when you use something and you have it, and then you go to look for it and you can't find it? Yeah, that's where I'm at in this video right now. Give me a minute, let me find the tape. All right, so I couldn't find the tape, so I had to dig for brand new tape. So this is a brand new tape. What we're going to do is we're gonna go ahead and, you know what? I made like a little tumbler holder, not a mug holder thing, but I'm not gonna use it because I don't feel like going up in the top of my closet to find it. I'm going to go ahead and line it up. We're gonna line her up, make sure that this is the center part that we want. And now, some people will roll it, like you roll it like that. I say figure out what you like, what's good for you, right? Now next, I already know I cut it to, I cut it too much. Like I cut too much white off, so I can already see that this is not going to be, this is gonna give me a whole little line right here. So since we doing this together, I'm gonna fix this. We'll be right back. Okay, so I reprinted it. I gave myself an extra, I think a tenth of an inch when I reprinted it, just to give it enough give. That's a good trick when you think you are not, it's too perfect. Give yourself a tenth of an inch just to make sure that it's, you know, wide enough. Now, I already wrapped it. Y'all didn't need to see me wrap it. I wrapped it tight like a newborn baby. You see what she's doing, right? So I made sure everything is tightly wrapped, as tightly as I possibly could, especially that bottom where I had that ghosting before. This is it. I'm going to press it at 380 for 240 seconds on my HTV Rod tumbler press. I'm going to use my butcher paper to put it in. Remember I told you the last time I don't think it was in tight enough. Like, it wasn't in far enough. So let's see. We're going to slide it in, right? Make sure that all of the portions that need to be heated are good. We're going to press this. We're good to go. When I come back, you'll see how I put the rivets on using the E6000 glue along with the UV resin. I'm going to speed it up. And that's it. Y'all know I appreciate you for watching. This is the Crafty Closet. Y'all keep coming back. Let's go ahead and finish this thing.